Well, good afternoon. We're continuing on with the commentary on the book of Joshua, and we've reached chapter 12. And the title of chapter 12 is The 31 Kings That Have Been Smitten by Joshua in the battles to recover the land that was promised to them from the time of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It's a fulfilled promise. Now these are the kings of the land which the children of Israel smote and possessed their land on the other side of the river Jordan towards the rising of the sun. That's on the eastern side, from the river Arnon unto the Mount Hermon and all of the plains of the east. Here in this chapter is the historical proof that all of this land belongs to Israel from 1406 BC, conquered by Moses and then by Joshua, until eternity, because the Lord God of Israel promised it to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel, in an eternal covenant. And we've just heard in the last month that Bibi Netanyahu went into Syria, what is now Syria, and recovered Mount Hermon, which belonged to them before. And so now we look at the map, and I'll go through the individual situations as we follow it through. So in this map we see the shaded light green on the eastern side of the River Jordan and the Dead Sea and the Sea of Galilee. And that was the land that was conquered by Moses and allocated to the Reubenites, the Gadites, and half the tribe of Manasseh. And then we have the other yellowish colour on the left-hand side, which is on the western side of the River Jordan. And that are all of the 31 kings that are conquered in this particular chapter. So let's continue. Sihon, king of the Amorites, who had dwelt in Heshbon and ruled over Aroer, which is upon the bank of the river Arnon, and from the middle of the river and from the half of Gilead, even unto the river Jabbok, which is the border of the children of Ammon. And from the plain of the sea of Chinneroth on the east, and unto the sea of the plain, even unto the salt sea of the east, the way of Beth Jesimoth, and from the south unto Ashdod Pisgah. And the coast of Og, king of Bashan, which was in the remnant of the giants that dwells in Astaroth and Edrei. So the two rivers, the eastern sea they're talking about, that's the Sea of Galilee, and the salt sea they're talking about there is the Dead Sea. Continuing on. And reigned in Mount Hermon and in Salcah, and all of Bashan, unto the border of Geshurites and the Marchathites, and half of Gilead, the border of Sihon, king of Heshbon. Them did Moses, the servant of the Lord, and the children of Israel smite. And Moses, the servant of the Lord, gave it for a possession unto the Reubenites and the Gadites and half of the tribe of Manasseh. These are shown in the light green colour on the eastern side of the river Jordan. So now continuing on from verse 7, we have the following. And these are the kings of the country which Joshua and the children of Israel smote in their western side of the river Jordan, from Baal-Gad in the valley of Lebanon, even unto Mount Halak, that goes up to Seir, which Joshua gave unto the tribes of Israel as a possession, according to their tribal divisions. These are the areas on the western side of the river Jordan, shown in the map above. In the mountains and in the valleys and in the plains and in the springs and in the wilderness, and in the south country, the Hittites, the Amorites, and the Canaanites, the Perizzites, the Hivites, and the Jebusites. Verse 9, the king of Jericho, one king killed. The king of Ai, which is beside Bethel, one king killed. The king of Jerusalem, one king killed. The king of Hebron, one king killed. The king of Jarmuth, one king killed. The king of Lachish, one king killed. The king of Eglon, one king killed. The king of Gezer, one king killed. The king of Debir, one king killed. The king of Gidda, 1 king killed. The king of Hormah, 1 king killed. The king of Arad, 1 king killed. The king of Libnah, 1 king killed. The king of Adullam, 1 king killed. The king of Makkedek, 1 king killed. The king of Bethel, 1 king killed. The king of Tappuah, 1 king killed. The king of Hepher, 1 king killed. The king of Aphek, 1 king killed. The king of Lasharon, or Sharon, 1 king killed. The king of Madon, 1 king killed. The king of Hazor, 1 king killed. The king of Shivron Moron, 1 king killed. The king of Ashaph, 1 king killed. The king of Karnash, 1 king killed. The king of Medigo, 1 king killed. The king of Kadesh, or Kadesh, 1 king killed. The king of Jokneam of Kamal, 1 king killed. The king of Dor in the coast of Dor, 1 king killed. The king of the nations of Gilgal, 1 king killed. The king of Tirzah, 1 king killed. And all of the kings are 31. So, when God told Joshua to go out and take the land, that's exactly what he did. And he said, be strong and be of good courage, because I will be with you. And the proof of that is they went out against the army of 31 kings and they killed them all. And so when we look at the next chapter, the unsubdued land is divided and Balaam will be slain. So, countries who are fighting against Israel at the moment may take a careful look at that. God was with the king. He was with a prophet. He was with a leader. And they went up against 31 kings and killed them all. At the moment, Israel's only up against 5 kings. And Joshua killed 5 kings in one day. So they better be careful.